Yet, are we? What goes on sometimes? The wheel goes and nothing happens. Wow, 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 wow. What, is the circuit busy? I'm dialing. Be patient, please. Why? Oversold, under-engineered. The engineering is what's getting oversold. It cannot handle the load. No, it can't. Dumb. The grid system of this planet has to get thrown out, and you're going to put voltage and current at the load, aren't you? Every power company on this planet, you're going to throw down the grid now, and voltage and current at the load, and don't call it power. Don't call it energy, because it's not. Got it? Move! The Norman Stuck Spalding, bare bones broadcasting, was reminiscing my profile, and the wheel was turning and it distracted me. Like it likes to do. That's what I want to remind you of. Normal humans getting quite distracted here. You're seeing normal human distracted. Doesn't mean I'm dangerous. If I have a condition, I figure anytime normal human is distracted, I'm deranged. That's what I tell people. I live in another range. I'm distracted. I live in another range. How about you? I don't have any violence. And I'll growl like Yosemite Sam without one bit of violence. Ha ha ha. How do you like me? And I'll tell you what. Or the Lord said, I'm there. The Lord says, you have another side of you, don't you? I said, yes, I do. Live both. Do what is there. Live what's there. And I see more lovely than I see more generosity than sour. What's the opposite of sour? Generosity. I see more of that. Live it. Up here. Live it. Live the visions of that. Live the words of that. Live the positioning of that. Live it. As much as you see it the other way. What humans do, they live stingy because that's what they're staring at, the stingy aspects of things. So humans are mimickers. You stare at stingy, that's what you'll do. What's the stingiest thing you could do right now? Take a grant. Go get an education and seek out a grant and seek a lifestyle that doesn't fit, that refuses to you move on, that won't get rid of the automobile itself. $4 a gallon. Why aren't you in other forms of transportation where you could daydream while you move? You're daydreaming while you're moving now, and it ain't safe. The whole mechanism to move automobiles on the surface of this globe is so outdated, it stinks. Intersections on the same level. Think about that. I had my rear end reamed a long time ago for that. I'm a bag lady that had more brains than I'll ever have. As she told me. And she took her bags and got out of my truck. I gave her a ride. She said, you're too stupid to ride with. I'm getting out. Man, if you think I won't remember that one forever. I laughed at her wisdom. She said, boy, you ain't good enough to ride with. Get me out of here. I thought I was Mr. Hero. Ha! I would make a pimple on a hero's Mohammed. Where she said, she was right. She was absolutely, vividly correct. She sure was. They called her crazy. Ha! Intersections on the same level make crazy look like a brilliance. Logic. Don't they? Here you are. And DMV saying one where you ought to have to get a disclaimer. You have to sign, I'm an idiot to want to get in that, to get your driver's license. You have to admit to the state that you are a moron. When the state's the state, the state's most important aspect is to keep you accurate about living every day, whether it can keep up or not. Everyone here. Keep humanity accurate about humanity, whether you can do it or not. Got it? I know your creature. State its existence. State what it is, whether you fail that or not. And when you fail it, you admit it. Failure, well, I'm telling you what this place is. Your echo of information will demand it. And explain it to you. And I was going to reminisce with you why you see this now, because I got a history of it this long. That's why. Really all I do. I've worked with my hands, and I borrow. You want to get into what I'm doing now? At first, you have to work production and maintenance of the system. Work your way up. Janitor, paper boy, choir boy. Work your way up. From scratch. Parts boy. Almost own the shop. Could easily manage a parts shop in any PA. I don't know how to use the computer anymore. I'll tell you what. There wouldn't be too much you'd have to. I can own and manage an NAPA jobbership. Yes, I can. I'm very good at it. Almost bought me an NAPA store once. Real good, they said. You're good at this, boy. I know I am. One of the first things you do, an NAPA jobber has to have a passion of affection for his customer. First thing. You don't have that. Get out! You work for the National Auto Parts Association. I'll tell you this. I hate NAPA. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard. NAPA. I learned a lot there. That's a ship to fly. Want to bet? You work in the auto parts industry, manage an NAPA store, that's a ship to fly. Want to bet? Wonderful people. Customers beyond your, just fragrant. I have fragrant memories of such place. Oh. Cut my teeth there. You don't do things like that. You cannot speak where I speak. You cannot. You have no idea what you're talking about. You can't read reports and speak from where I speak. Got nothing to do with reports. At all. Does the gospel really have anything to do with literature or report? No. At all. Literature always failed the gospel. Know it. Always will. Literature will always fail the gospel. Know it. You have to get that report from the Lord in prayer. You have to eat my flesh and drink my blood. You have to do it. Well, there's only one way you're going to do that. Back it up, remember more, and put your face on the floor. I'm talking to the Lord in prayer. And you get it. The gospel. Otherwise, you don't get it. Got it? You can't read it in the book. That's not eating flesh and drinking blood. No, it isn't.